And welcome back, folks, to the Keating Center here in St. FX University campus in beautiful Antigonish, Nova Scotia for this Game 3 in the boys U15 division as Team Green takes on Team Orange for the second contest of today, the evening matchup. Last game was a tie, 3-3 between these two teams, and the initial game was a barn burner 8-7 win for Team Orange, so Team Green still looking for their first win in this mini-series. As we get set for this opening draw, as the teams gather the hockey pucks together at their respective nets. Should be an exciting contest, folks. We're always glad to have you with us here on these broadcasts. Tune in. We're happy to bring these games to you live here when you can't make it to the rink. Always helps to have accessibility to local hockey, and these are the best players of local hockey of this 8th division in Nova Scotia, with a chance, of course, to be whittled down into the final for Team Nova Scotia, final roster. So many spots to place here as the scouts watching in attendance and the coaching staff of the teams trying to make their notes and try to decide who's going to make the cut for the final roster. So far, these U15 games have been the most high-flying, especially that first opening game with an 8-7 final. Total of 15 goals scored in the entire contest. Already in set for this opening draw. So Team Green still needs 2 more players on the ice. Off the opening draw taken by Team Orange as that one dumped in by McLeod. On the forecheck after it is O'Hearn. Bumping there as well as Reed, trying to get that puck loose for Team Orange. Here's O'Hearn. Cycling in deep. One picked up by Henneberry. In front of the net, shot. Pad stop. Rebound chance, another stop there for Mason Gunn, who gets the starting goal for Team Green. Another shot from the point, whistles wide past the glove hand of Gunn. The near side wall. Chopped at there by Frizzle. And over the line, all the way out to neutral ice here is Gauthier on the reception. Gauthier turns with it. Outlet to neutral ice. Picked up by Frizzle. Frizzle over the line with speed. Tried to get a shot away, couldn't do it. Back in the corner for the cycle here for Team Green. Back behind by Marty McLeod. McLeod skates out off the official's leg and down the ice. Icing waved off as the Green defense get on the reception here. That one picked off, taken in by Gallant. Drops it off. Time for another backhand feed in front of the net. It's loose. Shot there, covered up by Gunn. No rebound. As the crowd gathers in front. Charlie McKinnon on the draw for Team Orange in the offensive zone. Onto the point shot and a glove stop for Gunn. On the point, another shot just goes wide as Hayes pulled the trigger on that one. Hard check there on the wall by Dugan. Move down the ice. Here's a shot. Pass in front. A great save there by Harvey. He holds on. Jonah Harvey post to post with the pad. and the glove in combination to make that save. So both goaltenders being tested early here. Both teams throwing volume at the goals to start things off as Chandler tries to win that draw. Team Orange won the draw as that one banked off the wall by Quinn Smith trying to clear the zone. It touched up on the hand pass there. That one whistled down. Face off and neutral ice just outside the Team Orange zone. Chandler on the draw against Dufour. Dufour wins the draw for Team Orange. Hustling after the Team Green here as Romard gets in the corner. Here's Romard. Trying to find the point. That one picked off by Zwicker. Can't collect it. It's off the near side wall for Chandler. Chandler an outlet. That one picked up here by Hayes. Marshall Hayes. Body check there. Delayed offside against Team Orange. They have to tag up here. Taken out by Team Green now. Dumped in the corner by Romard. Taken near side by Zwicker. Zwicker chips it out down the ice. Chasing after it in the corner. Zwicker drops it off for Dufour. Here's Dufour behind the goal. To Zwicker. Saucer pass of beauty onto the point to Parsons. Parsons a shot. Deflected into the corner. And one picked up by Paxton Kennedy as he wraps it around the boards for Michaud. Michaud ahead to McKim. McKim across the line. Here's McKim dropping a pass. Intercepted there by Quinn Smith. He was in good position. Outlet to Zwicker. Zwicker across. Here's Dufour. Knocked down to the ice. That's going to be called. And hooking is the call on that play. So Team Green going to the box. As Kennedy's going to serve the penalty here for hooking. 2 minutes on the clock for the man advantage here for Team Orange. Ethan Marsh on the draw for Team Orange in the offensive zone. Marsh wins the draw on the tie-up with his skate on the point to Dixon. Dixon across to Parsons, back to Dixon. Dixon across to Chambers. Chambers holds on back to Dixon. Dixon walks. Chambers. Down low for Pelham. Back on the point to Dixon. Across for Parsons. Parsons spins. Looks for an option. Back to Dixon. Touch pass to the side. Across open side. Blocked in front there. As it's fired down the ice by Ripley to kill some time for Team Green. Minute 20 now left on the power play. That one dropped off to Marsh. Marsh to neutral ice. Has to saucer to cross. That one intercepted as Nordine pokes it ahead. Here's Brabant. Brabant moves it across for Marsh. Marsh. Back for McLaughlin. Back for Marsh. Marsh into the corner for Chambers. Chambers. Across to Pelham. Pelham on the point. Brabant back to Pelham across. Touch play in front. Another backhand feed. That one finds the stick of Pelham. Just 34 seconds left in the power play. Pelham holds on. Moves wide. Still with it. Pass across. Open side for Chambers. He couldn't get wood on that. That one steered aside by Gunn. Onto the point. Just 21 seconds left in the power play. That one whistles wide. On the pinch, it's McLaughlin. Turns back. McLaughlin still with it. Back down for Chambers. A drive deflected into the netting for a stoppage in play. Austin Reed on the draw for Team Orange. Draw win for Team Green as it's taken behind by Labuki. Labuki fires it down the ice. All the way down. Icing waved off. As Harvey moves it aside for his defense. Near side for Benjamin Rude. Swept in the corner by Reed. Gathered in by Rude. Rude battling in the corner as Team Orange trying to dig that puck loose. Taken here by Frizzle. Give and go. Frizzle on the left wing side. Shovels it into the corner. Picked up by McLeod. Good battle there. Here's Team Green on the attack. On the point, it's Kennedy. Trying to work it down low. That one taken away. Outlet to Rude. Rude over the line. Delayed offside against Team Orange. They have to tag up here. As that one taken in by Kennedy. Paxton Kennedy. Pass near side. Picked off. Here's Michaud. Back in neutral ice. Ahead for Lincoln McDonald over the line. McDonald. Below the goal line. Turning with it. Still with it on the back end. Trying to look for an option here. One-handed pass picked off by Gregory O'Hearn as he dumps it in. O'Hearn after it. That's going to be whistled down on the icing call against Team Orange. Face off in the offensive zone for Team Green on the icing call. As Chandler steps up to the draw. Draw win for Charlie McKinnon as it takes it now. McKinnon unable to clear the zone. Here's Team Green after it. Here's a chance in front. Can't get the shot away. Moved to the side by O'Hearn. Trying to chase it down. One knocked out of the midair and skated in by Romard. Dances wide. Romard still with it. Shoots it. Pad stop. Deflected in the corner by Harvey. Team Green still in the attack here. On to the point. Shot. They score! Seeing eye shot from the point from Gauthier. It finds its way through. And Team Green on the board. 1-0 for them here. In the opening frame on that shot from the point by Avery Gauthier. Team Green drawing first blood in this one. Chopped out on the near side. Still in neutral ice. Taken here by Henneberry. Davis Henneberry over the line. He gets checked. Worked into the corner. Lead pass ahead. Finds the stick of Zwicker in alone. Zwicker, gloves, save, and a beauty by Mason Gunn. Great save there as Zwicker was in alone with time and space to his advantage. Tried to pick the corner on the glove side, and Gunn read that. Made the save. Taking off the draw, shot towards the front, loose. Back onto the point, another shot. Save made loose, and play whistled down as referee lost sight of the puck. Zwicker on the draw. Banked in the far corner. Dixon looking to hold the line for Orange. And the point cycled in by Pelham. In the corner, it's Dufour trying to battle it free. Zwicker there to help him out. Calling to move that puck. Zwicker trying to dig it loose. One taken by McKim. Now comes Ripley. Ripley dumped in the corner. Tag up for Team Green as they get in the attack on the forecheck. And when intercepted near side. Onto the point out of the zone, and they have to tag up here as when taken by Dixon. Dixon makes a couple moves, steps back with it. Sasha pass on the near side, finds the stick of Dufour. Dufour over the line. Sweeps it into the corner for the cycle effort. Here's Pelham. Lost the handle. Taken in by Romard. Orange still in the attack. That out to neutral ice now. Taken aside. Marsh tries to leave it ahead. Taken here by Rude. Rude drops it off. Here's McLaughlin, a shot. Blocker save, bounces in front, still loose. Off the goal post, it's loose. They bang away, they score on the rebound. Chaos in front. Orange capitalizes. The puck came loose. And Ethan Marsh pots it home to make it one apiece here. So once again, these teams go back and forth in this one as well so far. A false start to the draw here. Near side, Michaud trying to clear for Team Green. Hard check there on the wall. Both teams trying to dig that puck loose. That one taken over the line by Marsh. They laid offside and it's whistled down. Ethan Marsh on the draw. Trying to move it ahead, does so. Here's Marsh over the line. Into the corner. Trying to center it in front, that one taken away. Here comes Nordin with speed. Nordin a shot and that deflected into the corner. Nordin after it. Finds McDonald. McDonald taken down there. A little battling in the corner. Here's Chambers. Chambers tried an outlet pass. He knocked Nordin down. There's a backhanded free out for Rude. That one taken away. Team Green with possession now. On the defense, it's Henneberry. Hank near side. Taken in by McDonald. Lincoln McDonald. Knocked away. Reed moves it across far side for Chambers. Chambers centering pass for Reed. Unable to corral it for a shot. Near side, McDonald. McDonald dumps it in the far side corner for the cycle effort. Forechecking effort rather for Team Green as Chip tries to move it in. One chipped out to neutral ice. Here comes McLeod down the wing. McLeod. Shot. That one blocked in front. Sliding defensive effort there for Labuki as that one moved on near side for Romard. Back in front on an open cage there as Chip unable to pull the trigger on that one. Taken loose by McLeod. Here's Boudreau. Boudreau gets checked. Taken here by Romard. Drops it to Purcell. Across to Labuki, a drive. That one whistles wide as Labuki didn't get solid wood on it. Hot the heel of the blade a bit. So that one whistled down on the offside. Face off in neutral ice just outside of the Team Orange zone. Brizzle on the draw against Reed. Dumped back in by Labuki. Well, intercepted on that pass by Harvey. As Team Green on the attack. Now quick shot. Shouldered aside by Harvey. Back around, kept alive by Purcell. Back in front. Labuki picks it up. Labuki walks the line. Just keeping it alive. Labuki a drive, deflected into the netting for a stoppage in play. A line change for Team Green here with this draw. Onto the point, another shot from distance goes wide. Picked up by Quinn Smith. Marshall Hayes after it. On the point. Here's a shot from Michaud. Pad stop for Harvey. Team Green still in the attack with the cycle. Onto the point. Worked out here as Kennedy tries to get after it defensively. Here's McKinnon. Steps in, pass in front, deflected wide. And picked up by Quinn Smith. Smith gets himself free. Quick shot in front of the net. Little open side score. And it's Liam Dufour with the goal, picking up the loose change. We'll make it 2-1 for Team Orange. Team Orange with their first lead of this game. Sublier knocks it ahead. Here comes Dufour again. He gets checked and knocked hard to the ice there. Lobbed out just over the stick of Marshall Hayes as he goes back to retrieve it. Hayes left the puck behind. Here's a chance. That puck was left behind as well by the offense for Team Green there, as that could have been a breakaway opportunity. Pass in front, shot. Pad save there, and a beauty by Harvey. That one was hard to read in front. He looked to be scrambling a bit there for that save. Here's McKinnon. Out the play to neutralize. Once again, Dufour down the wing. Stops up. Nice couple of skating moves there by Dufour. Can't get it deep. Pass near side, finds Boudreau. Eric Boudreau. Up the near side, makes a move. There's a backhand, a feet in front, and that backhand shot goes wide. Ripped around by Marsh. Picked up by Parsons. Here comes Parsons. Moving across the line. Shot, blockered aside by Gunn. Off the wall and out as Dixon chases it down. Dylan Dixon. Near side for Cale Parsons. Parsons on the back end. Protects the puck, bounces off the wall. Unable to keep it alive there was Gauthier. He's got the lone goal for Team Green so far. Now taken up by Zwicker. Zwicker over the line. Tries to work himself free. Here's Zwicker to the front. Loose in front. And that great defensive play there. Under pressure by George McKim. As it's taken by Zwicker again. Another shot. Score! Shot through traffic. Off the glove of Gunn. He got a piece of it, but not enough. As it found its way home. It's 3-1 Team Orange. That's the first 2-goal lead of the game. Taken off the draw by Zwicker. Zwicker over the line. Shot. Pad stop. New man chance cleared away. Here's Labuki. And check was Pelham trying to get that puck loose. Here's Zwicker again. On a center for Pelham. Not in his reach. Taken out by McDonald. Lincoln McDonald moves in. Head fake. Tries to drop a pass off. Couldn't do it. As Cale Parsons swings it near side. Taken by Zwicker. Unable to clear. Here comes Team Reed again. Pass across. Backhand shot, or pass rather, and that one hopped over the blade of the intended target as it's taken out by Marsh. Marsh across for Pelham. Over the line. Picked up by Labuki. Near side for McDonald. Lincoln McDonald stops up, looks for an option. Poke check by Zwicker. That one picked up in stride by Reed, Austin Reed. In front of the net, one time fanned on there by Pelham in front. Back onto the point, moved across, shot, pad stop, rebound chance, lose, they score on the rebound. In front of the net, it's Simon Pelham, and it's 4-1 for Team Orange here early. As you recall, in that opening game that was an 8-7 final score, it was Team Green who jumped to a 3-goal lead early in that contest before a comeback effort from Team Orange that resulted in them winning that game 8-7. We'll see if Team Green can do the same in this one, as now they're down by 3 near the close of the first. And they'll have to try to dig deep to try to come back in this one. Taken across the line by Magnus Nordin. Picked off by Benjamin Rude, moves it across. That one taken away in stride by Romard. Romard taken away by Chambers. Chambers passes ahead to Reed. Reed can't get the shot away. Michaud moves it ahead. Back into the zone by Chevry. Chevry. I got a stick on that. On the point, Michaud, a drive. Pad save there for Harvey. And a back end in front. Picked up the wall on the point to Michaud. Michaud. Back for Romard. Romard fans on the shot. Gets it back. Romard still on the line. Keeps it alive, moves it across to Michaud. Michaud, a drive, save made off the mask by Harvey. Thinking behind, McLaughlin. The wall finds Chambers. In stride to Reed. Reed moves ahead, shoots it, save made. Cleared in front as Kennedy tries to get a hold. Check there. Lead pass ahead. And can't break himself free there was Romard. Romard poke check and check there on the wall. Here's Henneberry. Hangs it near side. Taken away. Outlet through neutral ice. Picking it up as McKinnon. Can't corral it. Gauthier back. Drops it behind the goal for Henneberry. Davis Henneberry. Body checked there. Here's Gauthier. Got the only goal so far for Team Green. Frizzle. Moves it across for Henneberry over the line. Henneberry stops up. Slides it in front. Unable to get the shot away was Frizzle. Here come Team Orange the other way now. It's Charlie McKinnon. McKinnon over the line. Centers in front. One-time drive there. Patted aside on that shot from O'Hearn. As Gunn got it with the pad. Here's Henneberry. Shot a lead pass. Always blocked on the clearing attempt by O'Hearn as Henneberry forced back again. Banks it off the far wall. Picked up and skated in by Zwicker. He's already got one. Zwicker a drive. Pad stop by Gunn. Zwicker again trying to center it for Smith. Here's Zwicker. That one out down the ice. As Boudreau tries to get ahead of the defense. Pass in front to Dufour. Trying to spring Smith. And that one whistled down as Zwicker was ahead of the play offside. Liam Dufour on the draw. Chandler wins that draw. Move banked off the wall. Touched ahead for Chandler. Chandler dances with it into the corner. Knocked down there. Sweeps it behind the goal. Looking for Dugan. Banked off the glass by Hayes. Off the wall and out. And onto the bench area of Team Orange for a stoppage. 13.1 remaining. Liam Dugan on the draw. Up around the near side wall. There's 10 seconds left here in the opening frame. Orange trying to clear the zone. Picked up by Michaud. Comes back in on goal and a funny hop just at the close of the period on Harvey. 4-1 lead for Team Orange heading into the second period. Short intermission break for the Zamboni to flood the ice surface, and we'll be back shortly with the second period of play. You're watching the 2026 Hockey Nova Scotia Summer Camp live on High Button Sports League. Back shortly with the second period of play. And 20 minutes on the clock to start the second period of play. 4-1 lead for Team Orange after one. See how Team Green responds here in the second. Will the game open up for them? Or will Team Orange continue to put numbers in the back of the net and get things out of reach even further? Banked off the wall into the zone all the way down. Icing waved off. Pass it, front shot, score! That's the start they wanted for Team Green. As a quick shot in front of the net on the one-timer by Cameron Ripley. And the lead cut in half here early in the second. Just 14 seconds in. Talk about getting the start you wanted to start that second period, and Team Green doing just that. One taken off the wall by Marshall Hayes into the bench area of Team Orange for a stoppage in play. Ethan Marsh on the draw. Get off the near side wall. Skated in by Romard. Romard moves wide. Drops it off. One-time drive off the shoulder. Rebound chance. They score again! Unbelievable. Andrew Michaud with the rebound from the point. And it's 4-3. What a game we have here. So 2 goals in the opening 33 seconds of period number 2, and it's a 1-goal game just like that after being a 3-goal deficit. You just can't write this stuff, folks, I'm telling you. That one worked back out to neutral ice for Frizzle. Frizzle off the wall and out. Team Green now with a head of steam now. They can feel the comeback is closer than they might have anticipated in the most optimistic dreams to start the second period, but they went and made that dream a reality so far. All they got to do is score one more, but here come Orange now the other way. 2-on-1. Moving in, backhand shot stop made there by Sillaboy. Back in front, Frizzle. Near side for Dugan. Drops it off for Frizzle. Frizzle in front, shot. Save made by Rogerson. He holds on. Face off in the offensive zone for Team Green. Andy Chip on the draw. After in the corner is Dugan. Onto the point shot off the glove of Rogerson. Got a piece of it. Over the line. Offside waved off. They tag up in front of the net, and that one taken away by Dixon. Here's Dixon. Up to get it on goal. Sillaboy stops it up. Plays it for his defense in Henneberry. Henneberry behind the goal. Spins with it. Knocked away by Chip. Andy Chip. Over the line. Wraps it around behind the goal for Frizzle. Frizzle trying to center it in front. Taken here by McLeod off the glass. Just out to neutral ice. Let's check out Team Orange with it now. And that one whistled down on the offside. Face off in neutral ice just outside the Team Green zone. Outlet play, looking to spring Chevrolet as that goes into the corner. McLeod trying to clear. Hard check there on Kennedy. or rather McDonald, excuse me, mixing up my 79s and 89s as Orange gets into the zone. Backhand feed in front, loose, and unable to corral it into the goal was McKinnon. He had a yawning cage. Here's Labuki. Wraps it around near side for Chevrolet. Landon Chevrolet gets checked. There's a shot sailed over top of the goal by McKinnon. As Diebel back to retrieve it. Carter Diebel. Drops it for Marty McLeod. McLeod. Your side chipped into the zone by Gregor O'Hearn. As Boy stops it up, wraps it in the backhand, and it's intercepted here by Chambers. Taking away one-handed pass. Intercepted by Brabant. Chipped into the corner. Some hacks and whacks from Chandler behind the goal. Onto the point, Brabant moves it across. Here's a shot, deflected wide. Close call there. As Chambers almost got a tip in front. Kept alive at the point by Dufour. 4 steps wide. Poked free by Labuki. Taken in behind the goal by Team Green. Off the wall, cleared out to neutralize. On the reception for Quinn Smith. Touch play ahead for Dufour. Dufour delayed offside here. Hard check there on Chevrolet. That's going to be called. And it's a boarding call on that hit on Chevrolet. And so Quinn Smith going to the box here. So a power play opportunity now for Team Green. A golden opportunity for them to tie the game here. At this early stage of the second period. After being down by 3 to start the period, they're already within 1 here of tying it. They have the power play opportunity here. Onto the point. Across to Michaud. Back on the point again. Off to Kennedy. A drive in front. Pad save. Rebound chance. That was steered aside as well by Rogerson out down the ice. The Silverboy stops it up for his defense. As it's gathered in by Michaud. Pops it off to Kennedy. Kennedy. The play all the way up the ice. And getting the touch there was McKim in front. So no icing. Yanked off the wall. Moved across to Michaud. Picked up by Zwicker. Here's Zwicker. Leaves it ahead for Dufour. Dufour a drive. That one blocked. As Kennedy got in the way of that one. Here's McKim. Drops it off for Michaud. Here's Michaud. Through neutral ice over the line. Michaud onto the point, just offside. They stop just outside of the Team Orange defensive zone. 46 seconds left in the power play bid for Team Green. It's taken over the line by Andy Chip. Lamard was there across, looking for Gauthier. Here's Lamard again. Under the point for Henneberry. Henneberry tries to keep it alive, does so. Picked up by Zwicker. Zwicker, nice move in his own zone off the back of the net as he looked to clear it behind. Taken here by Team Green now. Zwicker blocked that lead pass. And it's turning back as Lamard behind his own goal. Lamard makes a move. Gets past. Here comes Lamard. Stepping free. Still with it. Lamard a shot over top of the goal. Centering feed. That one blocked away. Here comes Hayes. Marshall Hayes checked there on the near side wall and knocked to the ice. Now they're in a reset chip picks hole. We're back to even strength 5-on-5 here. Penalty over. As that's taken over the line by Romero. Romero to drive and a save made by Rogerson. He's out in the offensive zone for Team Green. Liam Dugan on the draw. Draw win there for Ethan Marsh. Team Orange as they move out with it now. Dropped off behind the goal. Here's Marsh. Turns with it. He gets checked. Here come Team Green up the ice with it now. Over the line, it's Chandler. Dropping it off for Frizzle. Back on the point for Chairman. One taken out by Marsh. Leaves it for Reed as he dumps it in. Reed's getting after on the forecheck. Rude trying to cycle it. Interception. Here's a backhand shot. Save made by Silly Boy. Not got the neutral ice. Picked up by Dixon. Dylan Dixon. Pass first side for Rude. Benjamin Rude over the line. Shot. Save Silly Boy. On worked in by Team Green now on the attack. Taken away by Dixon. So after those two opening goals, Orange have done a good job at shutting things down defensively against Team Green, but they're still on the attack now. Bring in pass across, score, and just as I said it, a role reversal there. And a tie hockey game, 4-4. Team Green on the board again. And it's John Purcell with the goal. We're all even Steven at 4 apiece here. Ace off at center ice. Now back in the corner by Chevrolet. Team Green on the attack. Bodies coming together here in the second as well. Good physical play here. Taken by Chevrolet. Knocked away by Diebel. Here's Diebel. Trying to chip it past the defense. Taken away by Kennedy. Kennedy moves it across. Banked off the wall and out by Michaud. All the way down to the goal. Forced to play it there is Rogerson. For his defense in McLeod. Interception. Here's Michaud. Shot is blocked as he was checked on the play as well. In front of that shot off the glove. Fought off by Rogerson. Worked in for McKim. The near side. Nice stutter step there by Kennedy. Holds on to it. Back onto the point and play whistle down here. And a penalty on the play here. Not sure what the call is, but looks like it's a unsportsmanlike. Well, Team Green going to the box here, so a chance for Team Orange to regain the lead here on the power play. So George McKim in the box. We're on sportsmanlike. Orange on the attack. Zwicker on the point for McLaughlin. Zwicker again. Pass in front and just behind the wheelhouse of Brabant. Back across for Zwicker. On the point for McLaughlin. Cross for Dufour. Back for McLaughlin. Zwicker a drive. Taken in front by Brabant. Zwicker. Cross. Here's Dufour, a shot. He sailed that over top of the goal on a quick snap shot. Brabant on the point. Banks it off the wall to himself. Moves it in front. Here's another pass, and that one blocked by Team Green defenses. It's fired down the ice by Eric Boudreau. Stopped up by Rogerson for his defense as Zwicker takes hold. Zwicker, nice move through neutral ice. Gains some speed. Zwicker dances wide to the goal. Back in. Taking it behind the goal rather. As he takes a tumble there in the slot. Saucer pass near side for Dufour. Dufour dancing with it. Tries to cycle it in deep. Doesn't do so. He head faked even me on the play there as Zwicker tumbles on that one. Taking on the point. Good job at boxing out the play by Team Green. They gain possession here with just 30 seconds left in their penalty kill. As that one fired down all the way to Cameron Ripley, who was unable to retrieve that pass. And here comes Chip shorthanded. Chip a drive, and that one deflected wide by Brabant. Play whistle down the offside here. Face off just outside of the Team Green defensive zone. Just 10 seconds left to kill on their penalty. And Chambers gets tossed from the draw. As Simon Pelham forced to take it. Here comes Marshall Hayes into the zone. Delayed offside against Team Orange. They'll have to tag up here. Taken here by Ripley. Ripley moves it ahead. Here comes McKim. Shot blocked there by Hayes. Another centering pass attempt off the back of the net. That one out to neutralize. Down to the defensive end. Picking it up is Purcell. Purcell stops up behind the goal. Interception. Here's Marsh trying to center it. One taken away. Mabuki drives it off the wall and out all the way down for an icing call against Team Green. Face off in the offensive zone for Team Orange. Ethan Marsh on the face-off dot. Shot towards the goal, intercepted by Kennedy. Kennedy trying to cycle it out, he gets checked. Taking here far side, Michaud in his own zone. Inside off the stick of Ripley all the way down. Icing waved off as it's wrapped around the boards by Rogerson. On the point, Michaud cycles it in behind the goal. As Hayes tries to clear for Orange. Hard check there on the wall. That's going to be whistled down. As McKim slow to get up there and quite shaken up on the play. And so penalty being called here. McKim recovering on the bench and quite a bit of discomfort here. So a boarding call on the play. The Team Orange. And it's Marshall Hayes in the box. As Orange come out shorthanded. So Green with a chance for a go-ahead goal here to make Team Orange pay for that penalty. As out comes Michaud. Over the line. Michaud trying to work it to the point. That one escapes out to neutral ice. McDonald drops it off for Kennedy. Kennedy across, picked off by Dixon. Dylan Dixon. Backs off the near side wall and out. That one stopped up by Harvey. Where's defense and Kennedy? Paxton Kennedy. Cross to Frizzle. Frizzle down the wing. With speed. Frizzle. Below the goal line. Holds onto it. Moves it across far side. On the point. Michaud would drive, and that one gloved down, or rather, Gaucher with the shot. And a save made by Rogerson. Just under a minute remaining in the power play option here for Team Green. Halfway killed off for Team Orange. Looking behind the goal, Team Green on the attack. Across far side for Henneberry. Wrapped around the boards by Diebel. Down the ice. As McKinnon turns in the corner. Here comes Chip. Andy Chip. Chip. Stick check there by McKinnon. Wrapped around the boards by McLeod all the way down. Icing waved off as that one stopped up by Sillaboy for his defense in Henneberry. Here's Henneberry. We got the far side, just 6 seconds left in the power play as Henneberry crosses the line. He gets checked hard into the glass there. Stays on his feet though, but that was good impact there. Back in the corner for Chevrolet. Landon Chevrolet knocked off the puck. Here comes McKinnon. 8 feet ahead, finds Gallant. Gallant over the line. Drops it off. Here's a shot. Pad stop, Sillaboy. Ross Zwicker off the bench into the play. Breakaway moved out to Chevrolet. Landon Chevrolet tries a shot towards the goal. That one blocked. Chevrolet again sweeps it towards the goal. That one blocked as well. Taking it by McLeod. The pass. Here comes Dufour over the line. Dufour looks for an option. Spins off a check. Bounces to the point. Quick drive in front. Deflected into the corner. There's Gallant. Onto the point. Drive from distance. Patted aside by Sillaboy. Green looking to clear here. Labuki moves it ahead. Gets it back. Here's Labuki over the line. Left the puck behind. Zwicker takes hold. Zwicker. Interception. Dufour trying to move it across. Picked off and skidded out here by Chandler. Chandler trying to dance straight and tripped up on the play. And that's going to be called. And it's a tripping call against Team Orange. So Team Orange back to the box here with 4:25 left in the second. As Liam Dufour goes to the box for tripping. How many chances do you need here? One power play done. Here's another. 2 minutes on the clock. There's some more pressure opportunities here. And that one fired into the bench glass area as the coaches had to watch the headspace there. As that'll keep you dialed for the game once a puck comes flying at your face. Tater up above the glass when you gotta keep your eyes peeled. You can't always be looking at the roster in front of you as that one backhanded over the goal. And across to Chandler. Chandler on the point. Cross to Romard. Shot there by Michaud is blocked. Michaud spins with it on the point. Drop down low. Pass in front, shots. Pad stop, a rebound chance. Another shot. They score! Third in front, and the rebound was loose. And poked home. They make it 5-4 Team Green here. It's a power play goal. And it's Noel Romard with the marker to give Green the lead here with 3:42 remaining in the second frame. After being down by 3 to start the second frame, they're now up a goal here. Getting off the draw by Soublier. Banks it around backside for Hayes. Soublier trying to gain hold. On the point drive, save made by Rogerson. Cycle back in by Green. Back in front, here's a chance. Picked off there by Soublier. Tries to clear it ahead. Moved ahead to Chambers. Chambers a drive off the glove of Silly Boy. Got a piece of it. Not enough to hold on to it, but enough to get it into the corner away from harm's way. You got a one cycle in the corner. Taken here by Team Green again on the attack. Trying to cycle it in front. Here's Chambers trying to clear the zone. Back comes Labuki. Labuki. 3 feet ahead for Henneberry. Back for Labuki. Labuki over the line. Tries to step free. One taken away by Reed. Ball near side for O'Hearn. Picked off by Green as they escape. Cycle in front shot, and a great save there by Rogerson. Now to neutral ice again. Green on the reception. Moved over the line. Here's Dugan. Back by Parsons. Across to Dixon. Near side for O'Hearn. Back across for Frizzle. Purcell off the wall. Chasing it down is Dugan, trying to get a hold. Taken away by Benjamin Rude for Team Orange. Just under a minute remaining here in the second frame. Dixon. Now they play for Reed. Reed lobs it into the corner. That one whistled down on the icing call. Taken off the draw by Green on the attack still. 30 seconds remaining here. Still on the attack. Nordine trying to get a hold. Here's McLeod across. Oh, they're played by Diebel. Intercepted there by Goche off the wall. Out to neutral ice. Just 10 seconds left here. One last rush for Team Orange as they get into the corner. One last shot at the horn and tipped over the goal at the horn. That'll do it here for the second frame. 5-4 lead for Team Green heading into the third period of play after being down by 3 to start the second. It's a one-goal hockey game in favor of Team Green heading into that third frame. We'll have a short break for the Zamboni to flood the ice surface and we'll be back with the third period of play. You're watching 2026 Hockey Nova Scotia Summer Camp live on High Button Sports. We'll be back shortly with the third. Stay tuned. And 20 minutes on the clock to start the third period of play. 5-4 lead for Team Green heading into the third frame. See how Team Orange can pull their way through here in the final period of regulation. Taking off the draw for Diebel to take hold of. They'll play across, poked ahead by Gallant. Taken out by Team Green. Frizzle on the attack. Offside waved off. Calling to move that puck. Green looking to take possession. Here's McKim. Circling in the corner. Near side Frizzle. Frizzle drags and shoots. Blocker save for Doucette. Jerome Doucette getting the start and goal for Team Orange for the third frame. As Frizzle looks to keep that alive. Taken away by Diebel. Diebel looking to clear. Frizzle back to retrieve it. Frizzle over the line. Offside is the call. Face off and neutral ice just outside Team Orange zone. Picked up in the corner by Romard behind the goal. Far side Dufour looking to clear. He gets checked and knocked to the ice. Here comes Parsons circling. Parsons across for Dixon. Oh, the pass picked off. Here comes Team Green with it. Looking to work free in front of the net. Can't get the shot away. Was Dugan. Dugan again with it. Moving across far side. Blocker save into the corner by Doucette. There's Smith. Off the back wall. Orange still unable to clear here. Finally taken by Zwicker. Zwicker sidestepped there. Here comes Parsons. Over the line. Parsons trying to drop it in front for Zwicker off his stick. On the point. Intercepted by Parsons. Parsons a shot towards the front. Knocked away by Michaud. Game reception there by Dufour. Here comes Team Green on the attack again. Chandler to the front, deflection, score! And Team Green back on the board ahead by 2 now. It's 6-4 on that deflection in front. And it's Noel Romard with the goal. That's Team Green's first 2-goal lead of this hockey game. And a hard check there on the wall. As Henneberry took that hit to make the play and get into the zone. Here comes Team Orange with it now. Out comes Pelham. Pelham over the line. Center get in front, backhand shot just wide of Butcher. Or Butcher rather. Up near side for Michaud, clears it. Taken by Henneberry. Cross for Gauthier. Gauthier out, down, icing waved off as Soublier back to pick it up. Soublier across to Hayes. Marshall Hayes, outlet, kept alive by Henneberry as he dumps it in. Taking on the far side by Pelham. Pelham off the back wall for Hayes. Hayes picks it up in stride. Trying to work through the traffic, knocked away. Here comes Pelham. Cross to Soublier. Near side Hayes. Drops it for Chambers. Marsh pinned to the wall. Here comes Pelham. Fired in by Soublier. Team Orange on the forechecking effort here. Running around behind for Gauthier. Team Green colliding with their own man there as Frizzle caught the body. Here's a play in front. Look, nice move there in front of the net, and unable to get the shot away was Rude. Rude again. Here's Marsh. Delayed penalty on the way against Team Green in front of the net. Finally touched up. And look out, hooking is the call. And so a power play opportunity now will ensue for Team Orange to try to pull within one. Austin Reed on the draw. That one out to neutralize is gathered in by Brabant. Brabant near side for Rude over the line. Dumps it in the corner for Team Orange on the cycle. Look to get on the attack on the power play here. Minute 45 left in that bid. One off the wall and out. Down the ice for Team Green. As Doucette stops it up for his defense. Nice backhand pass by Doucette. That one picked off. Cycle back in by Nordin. As Brabant back to retrieve it. Avery Brabant. The pass for Reed. Brabant on the backhand. Near side for McLaughlin. Orange trying to gain possession here. On the point. Shot just off the knob of the stick of Butcher into the corner. One fired down, touched up by McLaughlin as he slowed the pace of the puck. Try to get his team back on the attack. As Rude moves over the line. Rude a shot, pad save for Butcher. Far side pickup by McLaughlin. Here's McLaughlin, a shot over the top of the goal. One gets past Brabant back into the corner as Doucette stops it up. Backhand pass to Brabant. That pass a little too hot ahead of McLaughlin. He has to turn back and fire it back for Brabant. Just 20 seconds left on the power play here. Brabant can't stick handle his way through. Looks it back. Near side for Dufour. Dufour over the line. Stops up, drops out on the point. Here's a shot. Pad save into the corner. And wrapped around for McLeod. McLeod steps over. Holds on. Still in the corner trying to center. One knocked away. And Team Green with it now. It's Kennedy. And that one whistled down on the offside. Near side with the draw to Gauthier. Interception. Here comes Dufour. Over the line. Still with it. Trying to swing it into the corner. That went out to neutral ice. Reset here as Diebel moves it across for McLeod. McLeod back for Diebel. That one dropped off for McKinnon. A drive and then knocked his opponent's stick out of his hands on the follow through the shot. And that one cleared down the ice. Stopped up for Doucette. Doucette leaves it for Diebel. Diebel hounded there. Centering feed, here's a chance in front. They score again. And it's Dugan this time to make it 7-4 for Team Green. Well, now Team Green, from being down by 3 in the first, are now up by 3 in the third. Team Orange hard pressed to come back here, but it's been a high-scoring affair. See if they can get on the board here and change momentum, but right now it's all in Green's favor. One taken in by Boudreau. Boudreau in the corner. Or rather Romard, excuse me, not mixing up my number 92 and number 82 here. Going off the wall, taken by Zwicker now on a break. Zwicker in alone, shoots off the crossbar. Back in front again, another shot. That one stopped by Butcher. Close call there. Zwicker, a dangerous player, in alone. Over the line on Chandler. Chandler knocked down. There's a chance, and Romard unable to corral it in front. Pelham drops it for Dixon. Romard in front. Here's a chance in front of the net. What a save that was by Doucette with the glove. Another chance. He's diving in the goal mouth. Another save by Doucette. Doucette standing on his head here, trying to give his team a chance. They're still down by 3. What a save that was by Doucette with the glove. Here comes another pass ahead. Another save by Doucette. As Green creating at will here on the rush and in the offensive zone. As that one covered up by Butcher at the other end for a stoppage. Benjamin Root on the draw in the offensive zone for Team Orange. Going to go to Team Green, near side for Ripley. Ripley trying to dance with it, knocked away. As Hayes puts it off the wall. Hayes picks it up. Pass near side, trying to spring Chambers. Chambers on the back end. Shot from the point, just whistles wide. Taken into the zone by Team Green now. One taken away by Hayes. Here's Marsh. Marsh off the glass. Not out. Here's a chance in front of the net. Open side there on that beautiful pass there by Landon Chevery. And Cameron Ripley wasn't expecting it. Couldn't get solid wood on that in front. Back in the corner. Here's Reed. Reed dances with it. Knocked down on the play. As out comes Green with it now. And it's McDonald. Lincoln McDonald lobs it into the corner. Goes for a change. Running with it is Hayes. Here comes Green on the attack. Shot. Save. Rebound chance in front. Cleared aside. Alive at the point. Could keep alive there for a moment by Magnus Nordin. Nordin trying to keep it in. Frizzle. Onto the point. Moving across. Here's a shot. Score! All the way through. Paxton Kennedy on the board. It's 8-4. Team Green. So Team Orange at their wits' end here, just over the halfway point of the third frame after putting 4 in the net in the first period of play to get a 3-goal lead for themselves. They have yet to score on the second 2 frames. Or second and third, rather. That one taken over the line by Brabant. Brabant stops up at the point. Cycles it in. And of course, 7 goals on the board in between the second and third period so far for Team Green. An offensive juggernaut of an effort here That one taken over the line by Hannaberry. Hard check there. That's going to be called. Shot in front, save, rebound chance. Covered up by Doucette as the crowd gathers. And a penalty on the play. As Austin Reed goes to the box here. Two minutes on the clock for the power play here for Team Green. One chipped out of the zone off the draw. Back to retrieve it is Gauthier. Fired back in the zone by McLeod. Off the wall in the corner, Dufour. Here's Dufour. Backhanding it out to neutral ice for McLeod. McLeod. Fired up, knocked out of the air. That one whistled down on the offside. Face off in neutral ice just outside of Team Orange zone. Team Green trying to get a zone entry here. And in front, shot steered aside by Doucette. Green still on the attack. Down for Dugan. On the point, Labuki. Cross to Dugan, back to Labuki. Labuki a shot through traffic. Blocked aside by Doucette. Team Green still on the attack here. Just a minute remaining in their power play. Halfway killed for Team Orange. On the point. Purcell across. Labuki. Gonna drop it back down. That one picked off. Labuki good hustle after it there to defend. Back into the corner. Picked up here by Diebel. Diebel lobs it out to neutralize no further as Labuki picks that up. Move far side for Romard. Romard holds on. Looks for an option. Tries to slide it in front. That one taken away. Here's McLeod. McLeod on the back end. Can't clear the zone. Trying to keep it alive. Great keep alive there for a moment. Taken away by McKinnon. Charlie McKinnon. Dumps it into the far corner and goes for a change. Just 5 seconds left in the power play for Team Green. Looks like Team Orange are going to kill this one off. As Purcell moves out with it. Across for Labuki. Quick drive just wide. And now here comes Smith down the wing. Smith. Sasha Bassett runs. Beautiful shot. And great save there by Butcher. Got a piece of it there with the blocker. Back in front, covered up by Butcher. Holds on with a whistle. Jack Zwicker on the draw. Looks like an injury on the play here as the last play is Ethan Marsh being helped off the ice surface here in the off the camera angle, and thoughts with him at the moment here as he recovers. I'm not sure what happened on the play. I didn't see exactly what happened. Could have been a play behind the play, and can look back at the tape to find exactly what happened. Could have been a collision of some sorts. Either way, our best wishes go out to Ethan Marsh on the recovery here as he's not in the best condition heading off the ice surface, so. Moved out Team Orange on the attack. Shot, offered aside by Butcher. Moving across for Chandler. Chandler to the back end. Shot, and a save made by Doucette. He holds on. Cameron Ripley on the draw for Team Green. Another shot patted aside by Doucette in the corner. Team Green still on the attack. Behind by McDonald. Saucer pass in front. Picked up by Zwicker. Other side off the wall by Pelham. Taken away by Henneberry. Here's Frizzle. Frizzle still holding on to it. Strong on the puck there is Frizzle. Over the line. And sweep it out front. That one taken away by Dixon as he skates out with it. Lead pass ahead. Finds Pelham. Pelham busting free to the goal. And he sent it over top into the netting for a stoppage. Austin Reed on the face-off dot for Team Orange. Off the wall to neutral ice. Into the zone. It's Chambers. A shot blocked. Painfully so by Frizzle. Slow to get up there. As Frizzle limps his way back to the bench. As I'm not sure if he blocked the shot or if he caught the follow through of the stick into the calf muscle, but either way, not too much comfort in the looks of Frizzle as he makes his way back to the bench, and hoping he's okay as well as he recovers from that play. Back in front. In the corner by Kennedy on the point. Here's Dugan. Mabuki across Dugan. Shot over top of the goal. Mabuki head fake, and he mishandled that on the shimmy and shake there. One swept ahead, taken away. Near side for Hayes. Marshall Hayes over the line. Dumps it in the far corner as Reed gets after on the forecheck. Bodies come together here on the wall trying to get that puck loose. There's under 3 minutes remaining here in the final period. And here's side for Chip. Chip brought a shot that was blocked. Taken away by Reed. Reed checked there on the glass by Michaud. Here's Michaud. Brabant. Second in the corner, Hayes. Gathered in by Gallant. Lead pass to McKinnon. McKinnon springs O'Hearn. O'Hearn shot over top of the goal. Back in front of their shot, save made by Butcher. Here comes Team Green the other way. Check there was Boudreau. In front of the net, quick shot goes wide. Taken here by Orange now. Now comes O'Hearn. O'Hearn knocked down to the ice there. Tried to defend against that hit. Play whistle down on the offside. Some line changes here for Team Orange. Zwicker trying to clear. Here comes Team Green. 3-on-1 the other way. Moved across. Shot, score. It's Landon Chevary with the goal. And it's 9-4 Team Green. A 5-goal lead from being down by 3 in the first. Quite an effort here on display by Team Green. Well in control of this one at this stage of the game. Victory a mere formality at this point. That one taken over the line by Team Orange, but it's offside. Liam Dufour on the draw on the neutral ice. Fired down the ice by Team Green for an icing call against them. Reset at the other end. Smith in the corner trying to make a play. One taken away by Team Green as they come out with it now. It's Romard looking to work over the line. Here comes Zwicker. Zwicker holds on versus the backhand. Softening in front. And Dufour unable to make a play. Spun to the corner for Zwicker. Caught in the air by Diebel. Gives it inside for Zwicker. There's Dufour. Check there. Lead pass ahead. Finds Romard alone. Romard knocked off the puck. Down the point. Check there. Out with the neutral ice. Here's Zwicker. He's got Smith with him. Zwicker. Across to Smith. Save made. Rebound chance covered up by Butcher with just 3.1 remaining. One last face-off in the offensive zone for Team Orange. Simon Pelham on the draw against Noel Romard. Back in the corner, and that'll do it here. A dominant victory for Team Green at 9-4 after being down by 3 in the first period. They come all the way back and then some to win it by a 9-4 final. That's their first victory in this mini-series in the third game as both teams line up at center ice to show their sportsmanship at the end of this one after a hard-fought contest. And that concludes our coverage here for this second day of games, and the final day tomorrow, bright and early at 9 a.m. It's the boys U14 Team Navy versus Team Yellow, followed by an 11 o'clock a.m. game of Team Green versus Team Orange. The final game, the fourth game of each age group tomorrow morning. Make sure to tune in for that. This is Brendan Maloney from High Button Sports, thanking you all for tuning into this one, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.